Victims of the contaminated blood scandal and their relatives have held a protest outside Parliament calling for better government support. They say proper compensation for their years of suffering is long overdue.
Yes, they contracted serious diseases from tainted blood supplies in the 1970s and 80s. Among the campaigners were three from the West Midlands. Our political correspondent Alison Mackenzie reports.
To make the point, a hearse was driven past the Palace of Westminster, marking the number of deaths that had resulted from contaminated blood supplies given to haemophiliacs and other patients in the 1970s and 80s. Jason Evans from Coventry watched his dad die at the age of 31.
If you look at the people here today, they've been robbed of careers, families, homes, the opportunity to have anything close to a normal life, and they want some kind of recognition for what happened to them.
And you lost your dad?
I did, yeah. I've been robbed of the opportunity to know my dad. I was 4 years old when he died, and you know, the pain never goes away.
The NHS had supplied the blood to patients, but imported from America it proved to be infected with viruses such as HIV and hepatitis C. Numerous inquiries into the scandal resulted last year in this apology from the Prime Minister.
It is difficult to imagine the feelings of unfairness that people must feel at being infected with something like hepatitis C or HIV as a result of a totally unrelated treatment within the NHS. And to each and every one of those people, I would like to say sorry on behalf of the government for something that should not have happened.
The Department of Health have told me tonight in the past year they've given an additional £125 million in support to the regular annual £22 million. A consultation into how the scheme can be improved is still underway. But that doesn't impress Colette Wintle from Worcestershire, infected with hepatitis B and C.
People here haven't seen a penny of any of the money that's been committed and promised, and that money, when you break it down over a 25-year period that they've supposedly paid out, it works out to a derisory sum of money to people who, if we use the analogy, if I was knocked down and had serious injuries, I would have been entitled to serious compensation.
Joseph Peaty from Coventry is one of those who receives payments under the scheme. He says it's simply not enough.
It helps a little, but what they did at the same time was to cut the grants and things for mobility and home adaptations where you've got medical issues. So it actually amounted to receiving less support. And if you look at the amount of monies allocated to the trusts that I'm under, you can see that their funding has gone down over the last 5 years.
That's why their fight goes on. Alison Mackenzie, ITV News, Westminster.